Your success in life depends on how you interact with people, and in this video we will go over every single rule you need to know to successfully influence people. So let's begin with the 3 fundamental techniques in handling people. Number 1, do not criticize, condemn or complain. Criticism is a surefire way to put someone on the defensive. You have to try to understand why other persons act the way they do. Criticism is like throwing a rock into a beehive and expecting honey in return. This is never gonna happen. Number 2, give honest and sincere appreciation. This is not about fake compliments, but about recognizing and acknowledging the good in others. Think about the last time someone genuinely appreciated something you did. Felt good, didn't it? That is the power of sincere appreciation. Number 3, arouse in the other person an eager want. You have to frame your requests or ideas in a way that speaks to the other person's interests. Imagine you're a team leader aiming to ramp up productivity. Don't just drop new guidelines on your team. Break down how the shifts you're planning are a plus for both the business and your colleagues as individuals. Apart from that, what you need to understand is the art and science of likability. This plays a crucial role in both your personal and your professional life. In fact, likability is the secret sauce that turns acquaintances into friends and colleagues into allies. But how do you make people like you? Here are the 6 most effective ways. Number 1, be genuinely interested in other people. This can transform even the most ordinary interactions. Imagine waiting in a line at the post office and noticing that the clerk seems bored with his job. Instead of going through the motions, you could also decide to find something you could admire about the man and give him a compliment. Thereby, you can change the whole atmosphere and make the clerk light up. Even if only for a moment. Showing genuine interest in others will transform your life. Number 2, smile. This is the simplest yet most powerful tool in your likability arsenal. A smile doesn't just make you look friendly, it also makes the other person feel welcomed and valued. The next time you meet someone, greet them with a warm, sincere smile. Trust me, it's a small gesture with a big impact. Number 3, remember names. Always remember, a person's name is the sweetest sound to them in any language. It's a sign of respect and attentiveness. Make it a point to remember and use people's names. This is only a small effort, but it will pay big dividends in likability. Number 4, be an active listener. On top of that, engage with questions and bring some sass to the chat. People adore being the center of attention, so if you let them take the spotlight, they will consider you an amazing talker. Number 5, speak their language. If you are aware that someone is super into, say, sports, guide the chat towards that. It's a sign that you're tuned into their passions, making you instantly more appealing. Number 6, elevate others and mean it. If you celebrate the wins and efforts of others, they will be drawn to you like a magnet. This is not about empty compliments, but about real recognition. Applying these 6 tips is simple. You just have to be more aware during your social encounters. And the next time you bump into someone, make a mental note to recall their name and sprinkle it into your chat. And always remember, Be a better listener than a talker. And when you do chime in, focus on topics that resonate with the other person. The next step is to win people to your way of thinking. There are 12 principles that help you do just that. Remember, whether you are negotiating a business deal, settling a disagreement, or simply trying to get your point across, the ability to persuade others is a game changer. And before we jump directly into principle 1, please give this video a like if you find it helpful. Now, here are the 12 principles to win people to your way of thinking. Number 1, avoid arguments. The ultimate way to win a debate is to avoid it altogether. Debates just build walls and rarely change viewpoints. Instead, aim for an open exchange where everyone feels free to share their thoughts. Always remember, arguments don't solve problems. They create more. Number 2, honor the viewpoints of others. Even if you're not on the same page, brushing off someone's stance is the quickest way to kill any constructive conversation. Recognize their angle first, then lay out yours. Number 3, what if you are the one in the wrong? Well, just admit it and do it quickly. It's a small act that can have a big impact. Number 4, start conversations in a friendly manner. Think about Benjamin Franklin, who would open discussions with phrases like, "I may be wrong, let's examine the facts." This is a soft opener that makes people more receptive to your words. Number 5, get the other person to say yes immediately. Starting with points of agreements makes it easier to navigate through the points of disagreement later. Imagine you're trying to convince someone to join a community project. Instead of listing all the benefits, you could start by asking, "You care about our community, right?" Get them saying yes, and you've laid the groundwork for a more fruitful conversation. Number 6, let the other person do a great deal of the talking. This not only makes them feel valued, but also gives you valuable insights into their thought process. Number 7, let the other person feel like the idea is his or hers, because people are likelier to support an idea they have contributed to. Number 8, try honestly to see things from the other person's point of view. This helps you tailor your argument in a way that's more likely to resonate with them. Number 9, be sympathetic to the other person's ideas and desires. Showing empathy builds rapport and makes the other person more likely to consider your viewpoint. Number 10, appeal to nobler motives. People like to think of themselves as noble and fair, so framing your arguments in terms of higher principles can be persuasive. Number 11, dramatize your ideas. Because the truth is, a compelling story or example can make your argument more memorable and impactful. Number 12, throw down a challenge. People love challenges. A challenge stimulates their creativity and makes them more invested in the outcome. Now it's finally time to talk about how you really lead people. How do you change them without causing offense or resentment? These are the 9 most effective principles to lead and change people. Number 1, begin with praise and honest appreciation. A little charm and the right compliment can even turn a potential disaster into an opportunity for growth. Example, after John D. Rockefeller's partner, Edward T. Bedford, has made a decision that cost the company more than $1 million. Rockefeller didn't criticize him. Instead, he praised him for saving 60% of the investment. Just like Rockefeller did with Bedford, starting a conversation with a compliment disarms the other person and sets a positive tone for the conversation. Number 2, call attention to people's mistakes indirectly. Let's always avoid direct criticism. Instead, you could point out mistakes in a way that allows the other person to save face. Number 3, talk about your own mistakes before criticizing the other person. This makes you appear humble and makes the other person more receptive to your feedback. And speaking of feedback, how you deliver it matters. This leads us to the next principle. Number 4, ask questions instead of giving direct orders. Instead of saying, do this, you could ask, what do you think about trying it this way? It's a small shift that makes a big difference, involving the other person in decision making. Number 5, let the other person save face. Never embarrass or demean another person, especially not in front of others. Number 6, praise every improvement, no matter how small. Because positive reinforcement encourages continued effort and improvement. Number 7, give the other person a fine reputation to live up to. You will essentially be challenging them to rise to the occasion. This is one of the best ways to inspire greatness in others. And who doesn't want to be a part of that? Number 8, use encouragement and make the fault seem easy to correct. This boosts the other person's confidence and makes them more likely to take action. Number 9, make the other person happy about doing what you suggest. This is all about framing your request in a way that shows the benefits to the other person. The next time you need to lead or change someone, try using a combination of charm and these 9 techniques. You will definitely get better results and earn the respect and admiration of those you lead. If you want to become better in all areas of life, and if this video was helpful, please give me a like, comment below, and be sure to subscribe.